4.2, we are starting long division. We skipped 4.1. What the math book has doesn't necessarily quite match up with what a lot of fourth graders are capable of, and we discuss it later. It's just not the best starting point. So we start out at 4.2, which is going to be investigating remainders. Now, we do this a couple of different ways. We're going to start out with 2-digit by 1-digit division. You can see I have a couple of examples up here, but we'll look at the problems down here. So 22 divided by 5. I could draw an array, which is going to just be the dots. So I could draw 22 dots into 5 groups. So I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Now I could say, okay, I know I have a group here. I know I have a whole group here. I know I have a whole group here. I have a whole group here. And then I have 2 left over. So my answer would be, I have 4 whole groups with a remainder of 2. And this is how R2, when we put that R, that tells us we have a remainder. We talk about, that gets really tedious a lot of times to have to draw out 22, where we used manipulatives and we had to count out 22 blocks. That can start taking a long time. So we know that there's better ways. And one of the things we talk about is our basic facts. So we need to think 5 times what gets me close to 22. And you can see we kind of did it up here. I know that 5 times something plus something equals 22. Well, I know that 5 times 4 equals 20, and then 20 plus what gets me to 22? I know that's 2. So that 4 and that 2 become this over here and this over here. The other way we could look at it is with an area model, so I can just draw this and I say, okay, I know, it's really just an array. I know that 5 times 4 gets me 20, and 20 plus 2 more to get me 22. So again, I end up with that 4, remainder 2. A lot of times this is easiest to picture. It looks kind of weird, but once we start drawing those lines, then you're really just plugging in the numbers. So another example, 43 divided by 4. I could draw out 1, 2, 3, 4, count all the way up to 43. I'm not going to do that. I know I can think 4 times blank. That's going to be my quotient. We're going to put this in parentheses to remind us we multiply first, plus blank equals 43. And that's going to be my remainder. So Q, R. Well, I know that 4 times 10 gets me close. And if I want, I can write 40 down here to help me. 40 plus what gets me to 43? I know 3 does. So my answer would be 10, remainder 3. Again, I could draw that over here. I could say 10 times 4 gets me 40. I need to draw on 1, 2, 3 more to get my remainder of 3. We can double check our work, just like how if we have 20 divided by 5 equals 4. I know I can do 5 times 4 and that gets me 20. Here we can do 43 divided by 4 gets me 10, remainder 3. I know 10 times 4 plus my remainder will get me 43. And that's where you see this coming in here. One last problem, 59 divided by 7. I'm going to think 7 times what, which will be my quotient, my full groups, plus my remainder gets me 59. Some of these, this is where basic facts come in handy a lot. So I know that 7 times 7 is 49. A lot of times, some of those bigger ones will get stuck, so we want to use other basic facts to help us. I know 7 times 7 is 49. So I know that it has to be, my quotient is larger than 7. I know 7 times 8, well, 7 times 7 is 49, plus one more group would be 56. That's lower than, but pretty close. I know I'll just have a remainder, so my quotient will be 8. 56 plus, what will get me 59? That's 3. So my answer is 8, remainder 3.